What's going on, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video. Here in Central North Carolina, we're at the project lawn, and I have to prepare you. This may be rated R. This is ugly. This can be gruesome. What you're about to see is real, and it's scary. But anyways, in all seriousness, the project lawn looks like garbage. I mean, it's basically because it's not been cut, but it looks very bad. And we've talked about this several times. I got a spider hanging off me. We've talked about this. I even made a video talking about how I have contributed to making this thing ugly. I know that I did, and it was when we used the Ornamic 170. I torched some of the bluegrass on accident. It was a total mistake. That's why I say I'm not a professional, I'm a DIYer. So you guys have to watch what I do and see, oh wow, that was a mistake he made. Though my intentions were correct, the action that I took was not the proper ones. So I'm about to show you the project lawn and let you know that I just put down the second treatment because we've got rain coming tonight and into tomorrow. We've got like 80% tonight. So I wanted to make sure, I was like, how do I need to best use this rain? We've got our church Ecuador fundraiser golf tournament today, and so it's about to start in like an hour and a half, so I've got to get out of here. But I've just put down the Magical Plus. We'll talk about that briefly in a second. This is our second app of that product from Jonathan Green. We saw on the first soil test that it absolutely raised our pH up to a 6 according to the Yard Mastery soil test that we used. And so I want to show you the ugly project lawn. We're not going to walk the whole thing again due to time, and there are kids here on this Friday that are here for preschool, so I apologize for the noise, but I just want to show you how ugly and how bad the project lawn is looking. And I'm looking forward to fall, because sometimes I guess it's a little bit better than what it was, but I got to show you the ugly truth. So this is what it looks like. Overgrown. We've got a new guy that is doing the maintenance on the grass, and we've got a younger kid doing the mowing, and he has not mowed this for whatever reason. I do not know why. He came and asked me. I said, yes, absolutely. I can't get up here to mow it. Make sure you guys mow. So you can see as I squat down, we've got all of these little things that I targeted with the Ornamic 170 and the Ornamic, and the Quinclorac that we were targeting some of the crabgrass with. I don't see a ton of the crabgrass, but I see a lot of these tall grown weeds like this right here. So this is where Mr. Ferguson has torched all the bluegrass, but this is where we torched, and this was not from the herbicide. This was mainly from the Ornamic herbicide, not the Quinclorac or the Speed Zone. This was what I did, and clearly we saw the streakiness I showed you in that video. You can see this way and this way where I sprayed. This is where I destroyed this lawn, and it hurts my soul. Now there are some positive, since the rain, some positives is that it looks like it's bouncing back a little bit, but again, this isn't going to come back. Some of the bluegrass really, I think, got hit the worst. The fescue's kind of recovered, but still, it's not looking like it was because of me, and I screwed up. So again, don't do what Mr. Ferguson does all the time. But as you see, it's lush and thick in this area. What can we do? Well, the goal is to work on the soil, and so I don't have time to do everything I want to do out here today, but I wanted to at least put the Jonathan Green soil amendment products down, which we've talked about this, and I briefly want to go over it. We have proper equipment this time, so we put it down evenly and exactly how we want to. But I will link this in the description. If you have very low pH and you want to raise it, this is what you need, this specific product. Great lawns only happen with proper soil pH and loose I can't read off the phone, biologically active soil. This helps raise your pH, and it loosens hard soil and contains biochar. So that's the quick marketing, and we've seen that. It's like lime, but better. This is for 5,000 square feet. I believe you can buy it up to 15,000 square feet, but for this property, 5,000 is actually a little more. So we're putting down heavy, and it absolutely jumped our pH up about, from what our last soil test was, it jumped it out 0.5%. So we was at 5.45, we jumped up to a 6. So that was with a little bit of lime, plus we added this product, and it jumped up. So now we've applied our second application of the Magical Plus with the proper spreader of an Earthway, and so it needs to be mowed. I'm not going to get to that. I hope that the guy that comes and cuts the lawn out here will actually cut this. What I told him was, let's not go below 3 inches. I want to keep it 3 inches or higher, and clearly he forgot or whatever, and so it is what it is. So it looks like trash, but the reason why I want to show you this is because this is what it looks like. And I'm really, yeah, it's embarrassing, but I'm not going to sit here and not show you something because I screwed up. Like right here, it is super lush and looks great. But over here, we got a lot of weeds. You can see also the update on the Ornamic plus the Speed Zone. It has hurt some of this stuff. It's turned purple, and you can see that. But then again, we got stuff bouncing back already in this lawn. This dirt needs a lot of attention. So while you've got areas of weeds that have been hit, you've also got fresh green clover coming right back and things like this. So it's a never-ending battle, right? So that's just kind of the Project Lawn quick update video. And it just looks, you know, that's what the streaking is. So if you see this in your lawn, we can learn from this, right? We don't like it, but we need to swallow the pill of I screwed up. So especially with my trim pass, you can just see, I don't know why it's sketchy like this, like it bounced like a tornado, but because I hit all this with the same trim pass nozzle, but only certain areas got hit harder. But like when we see the streakiness, as you said, like where I overlapped and some of the Ornamic probably doubled up, that's what we're talking about here. So along the edge right here, and then so you see it's kind of come back, the colors kind of come back. Here's a big area right here that looks like it was probably some of that newer seed that we reseeded. It was right in this general area. That could be what that is. A lot of POA is still hanging on as well, and just a lot of tall grass. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just these outlier weeds. I don't know what this is, and honestly, I don't know how to target it. Here's some more clover trying to come back just right here in front of me, but that's kind of the tips of what they look like. If it's focusing correctly, it's just some type of wild weeds, almost like barnyard grass. So not sure. We've got some Speed Zone. It's everywhere too. So I'm not really caring about that. We're just focused on humic in the soil, pH levels, and trying to make it to fall where we're going to aerate this thing. We're going to plant thick. Again, we're going to go with cool season again, and I'm going to make an announcement video on what we're going to plan out here, and we're going to do it properly. I'm not taking any more crazy, well, let's see if this works, stupid decisions like I did last time. We're going to do this thing right. We're going to turn this around. So this is a video, I want to document this, which is why I started this lawn care channel in my own lawn, was to document exactly this. This is how my YouTube channel got started, because I can sometimes be an idiot and do dumb things. And I wanted to film my lawn, and then I started posting on YouTube, and people started following and giving me advice and me learning things. And so while it looks absolutely horrendous right now, it's not the worst in the world, but we're going to bounce back from this, and we're going to have a beautiful looking striped lawn out here. Mark my words, I'm not giving up. It's just, I'm trying to work on the soil as I can get up here until we get into the fall. So that's the update at the Project Lawn. It's not what I want to be telling you, but it's the reality of the situation. So let me know if you know what these outlier tall weeds are. I just don't know what they are to be able to focus on trying to kill it, because they really look bad. But the grass is really only about 4.5 inches, 5 inches tall. So it's not crazy, but it's just, it is what it is. So guys, we've got an update to what we did yesterday. Well, that was Friday, obviously. So went out there, clearly, just to quickly recap, very tall, just these wispy, tall, random weeds in the Project Lawn. The grass is not so bad. Obviously, what is recovered. We've had lots of rain here recently, so some of that grass has come back, and obviously over time the dead grass leaves a void, and so we'll have weeds fill in and it will go back green again, but it's not with the quality seed that we planted. So update to that, it did rain overnight, so all of the Jonathan Green Magical Plus got watered in. That's great for getting our pH right. I feel confident that we may be able to relax on, soil pH right now, because that should be an optimal range after this really gets into the soil. We should be around 6.2 to 6.5 in the Project Lawn, and that's where we want to be. So yesterday, it was supposed to be a day of rain and thunderstorms all day. It really threatened in the sky. It looked really bad. And we got a few sprinkles here in the morning, but it didn't rain hard all day. And it looks like coming out here overnight, some of the pavement looks wet, but I don't know that we got rain overnight here, but we may have at the church. So I went over, my brother had come into town, and my dad mentioned the preschool has graduation this week, and we're, as you guys know, we're about to go out of town until Thursday. So he's like, hey, we need to look at the lawn around the playground. You may want to cut that. The guy that cuts grass is not going to be able to get to it. And I was like, well, let me try it. So I grabbed the mower, forgot my weed eater, took my backpack sprayer. We went out to the church with the girls before I went over to see my brother at my parents' house. So I did mow that at 3. I think I ended up cutting it at 3 inches. I dropped it to 2.5 to see if I could just, just get it low, to just get it low and get out of there. And 2 just looked like I was cutting a little too much off. So we cut it at 3 inches. But man, those tall, wispy weeds, the mower would barely even cut those things. And I had to double cut the whole lawn. I had to go over it from left to right and then from north to south, back and forth, over and over. Those tall, wispy weeds. My blades are not dull or terrible. It had a hard time cutting those tall weeds. And it did make it look tremendously better without those outlier tall weeds. The problem is, if it gets any type of rain, those weeds are going to shoot back up. I don't know. I think because of the improper equipment with my Scotch spreader, which is the reason why we got the Earthway, the Jonathan Green Veragreen has dithiopyr in it, but because I didn't get it properly applied everywhere in the soil, we didn't have a pre-emergent at all. And I'm suffering the consequences of that. That's why we're seeing all these weeds. Pre-emergent is so important. I don't care what anybody says. When you have thick turf like what I've got out here right now, sure, you can go without pre-emergent. It's not going to be that bad. But up there where we've never had, it's not thick at all, and we've even killed off some of the good grass, it's terrible. There's weeds everywhere. So next year, we definitely got to have a priority of pre-emergent. But with that said, I got the mow on, did a double cut. They were having some kind of birthday party. And then I didn't get to film any of this because I didn't really know if I was going to be able to do it, and just took off and ran with all my stuff. I was trying to beat the rain, so that's why I want to give you a audio update. So then I turned around and sprayed Green Pop back on the lawn. We did 15 ounces per 1,000 per the label, and also did, we got our shipment in of the Magical Plus, which we applied. We got another shipment in. We bought some of the biostimulants with Green Pop, RGS, Aerate, actually 2 bottles of Green Pop, Aerate, and RGS. So I'd added in 8 ounces per 1,000 of the Aerate into the tank with the Green Pop, and we evenly applied that to the lawn. So again, we're working on the dirt, and that's what we talked about just a second ago. Let's try to get the soil right, get the pH right, get it humid, soften it up some. And then the next major thing that we need to do is mechanically. See, I bought the Aerate to kind of liquid aeration. If it works, some people say it does, some people say it's terrible. I bought it. We'll see. It's at least applying the humic to the ground that's good for it to unlock some nutrients, hopefully for the good grass. So I'm in the same mode I was in when I walked down my house in spring of 2019. I'm trying to save the grass that I've not killed by accident, and we're trying to amend the soil the best we can to prepare it for fall. So cutting my losses, just like when you hit a golf ball in the woods. Oh, there's a gap right there. I could hit this low around this tree onto the green, or you can take this big gap to the left and have to hit another shot. Well, we're aiming to the left. We're just going to hit our shot in the fairway and look towards fall, if you get that golf reference. So we're not trying to replant in the summer, and no, we're not doing all that. My hopes is by next year at this time in May, we have a beautiful looking lawn there. It's become a challenge to me that I've sown doubt into my mind, like, man, but when I do things like this, it bothers me that, okay, do you still have it in you to be able to create a good looking lawn? So it's a challenge now. So I look forward with putting these products down. Let's keep it mowed. Let's keep healthy. The green grass we got, the tall fescue, and come probably August or so, we're going to cut it real low, and we're going to aerate that thing really well. And then I want to be able to seed and fertilize. We'll look at maybe a soil test then before we put down nitrogen to see where we are, and just kind of go from there. And we'll talk a little bit about the products we're going to use in the fall time, because I want to shift that focus as well and be smarter on that, and not play around with, let's get serious now and actually have let's show people we can have a nice looking lawn. When they walk out of that church building, going to that gym, down that sidewalk, we can make it look like this, because I know it can be done. Just a side note on the personal side, but also I may not have anything at all on Tuesday morning, or excuse me, Wednesday's video may not be there. If anything, it may be a few clips for golf. If I have that in the evening after we play, I may throw some stuff together. Some people had mentioned wanting to see some things. I would like to record some of this. I don't know how often I'm going to be able to video with, you know, no type of stand or anything in the golf cart or whatever. But anyways, if you don't see anything from me on Wednesday, wait till Friday. We'll have a Friday video to recap the week and everything. So God bless you. Thank you for checking out this quick Monday video this morning, and hope you guys have an awesome week. And hopefully we can return as victors from Myrtle Beach. But hey, regardless, we're going to have a good time. God bless you. We'll see you next time.